All right, ladies and gents, welcome to a very unique map. We've never done this for community games. We've never done this for anything. It is in a current ongoing tournament called ROTC, a 3v3 tournament, and I decided to mix it in today. This is the final Regicide free-for-all diplomacy game with community players. Let's put it that way. Not that high-level players, not that the crazy weekend won't have people from the community, because everyone's a part of the community. But this is the last chance for, let's say, the regular Joes to go at it here. And we've got a pretty good mix, all right? So, in the red, we've got Kalinskink. Kalinskink, big supporter, mod on my channel. Been around a while. And also hasn't played the game in a while, from what I've heard. Is playing as the Persians here. In the green, we have Varian. Longtime supporter of the channel. One of the few longtime supporters of the channel that I would not trust to be a moderator. And he knows that. Varian is a character you want in community games because he tends to lose his king quite frequently, but also he tells it how it is. He's aggressive, even if it doesn't make you feel good, and he will be out for $25 a king snipe, I can tell you, okay? Watch out for Varian. He's going to go for kings. I don't think he necessarily cares about getting number 1 or number 2. He's playing as the Britons, by the way. Crazy Walla has also been around for a bit. I want to say 3-ish years. Loves his Vietnamese. I remember him winning with the Vietnamese in the past. In the blue, we have Azure Sentry, another mod. Thank you, thank you. I got to stop sucking up to all these people. This is going to take forever. Love him. We'll see what he can do. He's playing as the Slavs. Interesting. In the teal, we've got Pete Wheeler. Pete Wheeler's playing as the Malians. Pete Wheeler did get selected here from our drawing system, which is completely not rigged. Players are picking up on the fact there's no boars. And I actually completely forgot to look for stuff like that. I just saw the map and was like, this looks cool. I haven't played this map yet in the tourney, so I don't know if there's supposed to be boars, but I think there are supposed to be boars. Because I recall there being extra sheep. Or sorry, I should take that back. I think there are not supposed to be boars. In the orange, we have Sally, and Sally has won many of community games. He always seems to be trusted. He also has picked the Mongols, which is one of the best community game civs. I should note that Sally here is in the Legends of Texas, which if you haven't seen, is an incredible upload on the YouTube channel. Here you've got Kaiba. Kaiba here playing as the Khmer. And then last but not least, we've got LSD River, who's gone for my favorite Huns. Gotta love it. And that's everybody. And Sally already chatting away. Says, hey, neighbor, talking only to you. See exactly who that neighbor is. We're using the new version of Capture Age. I'm still getting used to it. This is something we worked on for months. I'm going to have the eco up here for now. Later on, you can see the player resources and how it's distributed, as well as military stats. I still need to do a better job of cycling through these. This does, make me have to pay attention to different things more than I'm used to. Kalinskink hasn't allied anyone, which is fascinating. Everyone has allied everyone except for Kalinskink. And look at Sally already, man. Already. And Kaiba got selected through the drawing here today. Isn't super well established throughout community games, so I'm not completely sure Kaiba's skill level. Sally says, I'd like to propose an early alliance since we are so close. This is a good selection of players. So this is how I think things are going to go. Sally's going to diplo like crazy, get a lot of friends, be very honorable with those friends, and trade a lot. Varian is going to see an opportunity to snipe red. Or I'm going to say red because I think Crazy Wall is a little stronger. And he might take it. He's not really going to care too much about it. Crazy Walla is a great boomer and does play diplo. But if I recall over many years of memories, I think tends to be less chatty. Kalinskink says, did I just click us allies? 11. So clearly doesn't even remember how the diplo works. Oh, God. Well, I mean, I got quite a few messages when I made the switch, and everyone, well, there was a lot of negativity, there was a lot of positivity, but Kalinskink was like 5 years, 6 years sub on Twitch. Second I made the announcement was like, dude, I wish you the best. I'm gonna follow you everywhere. We're gonna do this awesome stuff. I still want to moderate. I still want to be there. Big part of it, and I always remembered that. I think he's been busy with work and such, and he hasn't played a lot of Age recently. And Sally's just helping him out. And look at Pete, good old Petey, Is blue just to you? I'm on your left. Which is true-ish, I guess. And Pete looked at the elos. Whoa! Says, we're both 1200, so we should team. Okay. In before, Azure Sentry's like, well, actually, I haven't played a lot recently, so I'm actually 1300. I just, like, you know, I don't really take this game seriously. If I played more, I'd have higher elo. Hopefully he doesn't take offense to that. Now, guys, you can actually run through the middle on this map if you didn't realize that. So what I envisioned was someone sending an army through the middle to snipe someone. I think that'd be really cool. Is that blocked off there? Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, so you actually have to chop those trees to get through. Very interesting design here. Kalinsky, did you really not ally anyone yet? This is... So much for, oh, this guy's been a part of my community for 5 years. He knows what he's doing. Bro, that's so bad. Especially against Varian, who's just looking for reasons to kill. Again, I don't mean to misrepresent Varian, but, like, the last time I casted him, okay, I was saying that Varian is going to change and that I was misrepresenting his intentions too much. I was saying, I'm sorry, I always talk negatively about Varian. Literally, I looked back at the video. As I'm saying Varian can actually be nice to people, he was stealing someone's boar and prepping 2 stables to night rush him. So, I've tried my best, but at this point, his reputation is his reputation. Okay, we still have more chat. Red says, allies only to you right now. I have no clue who he's even talking to. Howdy, neighbor. Okay. Just switch to chat to you only. Sure. Still figuring things out. Still figuring things out here. You can see Sally, Varian, and Azure Sentry. The first one's to Feudal, as you would expect. Go to their overall resources. Azure Sentry a bit away from making, getting the resources to go castle. Looking pretty good for Var here, but looking even better for Sally. And you've got to hand it to Sally, because Sally, the player who plays the diplo side quite well as the game, obviously. I think Kalinskink is going to the wrong menu right now. He genuinely does not know where to go. But people are helping him. They're like, we need an extra ally. We need an extra ally. Yo, C-Bomb, what's up? Hellos to C-Bomb in chat. C-Bomb, good luck. I hope you saw the schedule. You do play tomorrow morning, at least morning for me. For you, it's probably not morning. And you know what I'm going to do, actually? I have ways to remove some of this stuff. I think I'm going to remove the market and the tribute events because we don't need that for now. Thinking about the civs, I think I would prefer to have other civs than Britons on more open maps, but this is quite close, so I could see Britons doing well with a lot of archers here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this isn't so good for this villager. It doesn't really matter, actually, because you have Loom, but Varian's going to try and flex. Let's see what he's got. Show me what you've got. Quick wallet. Quick wallet. Okay. Beautiful quick walls there from Varian, as he's going to complete the market. Sally still just cannot accept that Red hasn't figured this out. Press F7, then use the tick boxes to select who to talk to. Colin, you still did not ally me. Use F8 to get to Diplo screen. Actually, did anyone else here not know that you could press those hotkeys to get there? Like, I knew there were hotkeys to take us there, but I never knew the hotkeys. And hey! He allied everyone. Whee! That's actually good for Kalinskink in some ways, because people might be like, oh, okay, he's new. If I recall, he had some pretty solid skills last time he played. Yeah, I never use hotkeys for that. I should probably start doing that. Nice. Beautiful farms from Gray. Gotta love how Khmer don't need to drop off their farm food at a mill or a TC. Taking advantage of it. Red says maybe it was mind games, winky face. Yep, I'm sure. Okay, we do see a barracks, which could mean we could have a follow-up archer range for Var. But overall, it doesn't seem like he's going to be too aggressive. He's on stone, though, which could mean a castle. Again, Crazy Walla is no joke. I also think Vietnamese are extremely underrated in community game settings. Nowadays, their elephants have tons of HP. The rats and archers have always been good. That could be solid. Kaiba says, yellow only to you. We need to be allies until the very end. They pros out there. And yeah, I could see that being a good point. Both of these players got selected through the stream drawing. They were blessed by the rigged gods. They're surrounded by players on either side that were picked in ahead of time. Skink, and Sally. And here you've got Sally says, so Pete, I'm thinking of trade, and I don't have much of a choice. Mind if we trade me, Gray, and you? Me, Gray, and you. I don't have much of a choice. I don't like that part of the phrase there. I don't have much of a choice. I think you should instead say, I really want to trade with you, you know? If I'm Pete, I'm like, what? Excuse me? Teal agreed to trade. I'll pass on to Gray. Okay, so we're going to have trade between Teal, Orange, and Gray is what I'm hearing. The first thing I said when we talked about this map was corner-to-corner control and corner-to-corner trade. Bill, if you're getting buffers, I'd suggest turning off low latency. It'll mean you're a second or two behind what's live, but it should help with the quality, by the way. Because I haven't heard anyone else saying they're having issues today. Hopefully it helps. Okay, Grace is perfectly planied, but he would be offended. Let's not offend people. Oh, Blue said, love the T90 farms, Kaiba. I see. Okay, so they're making fun of me, and I'm supposed to be offended right now? I refuse. Me, at this point, can I really be surprised by those jokes? Be original, chat. Be original. I see those walls, but I'm marketing up north if you want to partake in some trade. Okay. Sally says streamer feelings don't matter. Hey, now I'm hurt. Okay, Kalinskin catching up with some of the chatting is asking Yellow about alliances. What's Varian doing? Just booming. Like I said, regular community game, I think we'd see a lot more of that from Varian. Here you can see the Vil counts now. Sorry, I have to get in the habit of putting that up more. This is still very new to me. Though I did do a lot of testing, I haven't exactly sat down and casted with them all the time. But what did I say about Crazy Walla? 54 Vils. Really good economy, 4 TCs right now. Pretty close game. I mean, you've got Kaiba, LSD, and Azure Sentry kind of behind. But I think they'll be able to catch up. And also, being a lower score in a Diplo game is not necessarily bad. Okay, so let's go from the bottom up on who has chatted. Klinskink has chatted. LSD River has chatted. Gray has chatted. Okay, Pete has chatted. Crazy Walla has chatted. Sally's chatted. And now Varian says, hey, Walla, want to be buds. Okay, that's what I was leading up towards. Varian did not really chat until now. If these two were to ally and be an actual alliance that would last for the ages, this would be absolutely insane to stop. Vietnamese elephants and rats and archers and bombard cannons against Britain, Arbs and longbows or whatever else with all that range. The ultimate archer stack. These 3 TCs. And Crazy Walla's asking if Varian is allied with anyone else. The answer is no. He says, should I be? Ooh. All right. Man, I can't believe we casted. Well, first off, I can't believe we casted community games for 2.5 years without spec chat. How did I not just quit community games? I mean, I still did it. I still enjoyed it. I'm thankful you guys still watched, but like, okay, 2.5 years without spec chat was brutal. And then 2.5 years without something like this is brutal. And we can still work on this and improve this over time. I'm just so happy I'm going to have this going forward. Like, seeing the kings and being able to just be like, boop, is perfect. Also, someone has created an account called Dr. Eugene Varian, Varian's evil twin in chat. That's kind of funny. Hey, are you playing with anyone else? Should I be? Are you afraid of Sally running away with the game? Varian says, Lil bit. He probably said something like Mongols are best civ, and it got bleeped out, so I'm just going to go our best civ. So this is all why I did rig in some players. I know some people might be like, oh, well, it's not fair. These players have played before. But I think what makes these games interesting is their pre-established identities, pre-established reputations. We've talked about that. We've got a woo-woo-woo from Sally. I think he got attacked by a wolf. But Crazy Walla and Varian recognize, A, Mongols is strong, but also that Sally tends to get a lot of people with him. I will put gates and markets. Cool, cool. How's the allowance? The alliance going, Sally? So it feels like a lot of people are going to work up towards Pete or over here towards Sally. I guess my concern for Crazy Walla and Varian is if it's just them, it could be a 6v2. I don't think that bodes too well for them, but they are walling this way, and we have seen walls this way. Like Kalinskink is stonewalling Varian out. This could be a 2v6 situation. Tristan, answer my question. Where is Snippy? Why is he not rigged? Snippy and Blue Coffee, I decided not to invite because they would make it look too easy. And we really wanted competitive games where other people had a chance. So I declined involving them because they're just so good at Regicide that it just wouldn't have even been fun. It would have been a waste of time. Hey, Sally says, hey, Varian. And so we're going to have a little conversation across the wood lines here. Now, Snippy's busy. Snippy had I'm joking. Snippy had a trip that he had planned out with his buddies. He's busy. And then Blue Coffee also was busy. And he said he would definitely be involved in the future. So, listen, here's the deal. If the feedback's good, viewership's good, people are down, people are excited, which has been awesome so far. Now that we have everything that we need for this, I'm not going to wait another 2 years for the next one. Now, I can't necessarily promise a 5K prize pool for everyone, but I think it'd be pretty dope to do it like every 2 to 3 months. And I've got some ideas with it. So there'll be more in the future if things go well. That's what I wanted to do originally, and then the Definitive Edition came out, and it was like, kind of ruined those plans. So, made things good and made things bad at the same time, and now we're good. Wait, hold on. I missed some conversation. Varian's not... Yeah, Varian straight up didn't answer, Sally. Is Varian not answering? Azure Sentry says, does he ever? And so Sally, the only one he hasn't really had conversation with has been Varian. And then I guess Crazy Walla as well. But this is a problem for Blue because Blue wants to use this corner to trade this direction. And I don't think that's going to fly. Bilster says, one of these days I want to be in a community game with Blue Coffee. We'll see, man. I have gates ready for you. And I believe that is purple talking to blue. But still, even though we have all this data, sometimes hard to pick up on that. Eco's looking pretty good for everyone. Kaiba and LSD, the two players who said they wanted to work together, are behind. But it also means their score is low, so that's not too bad. Hey, thank you, Nico. Thanks for the stars, man. Earth to Varian. I have a bit of a teal problem. Wait, what? Is teal actually a problem? I don't know if Sally actually has a problem. It's more so that maybe he wants Varian to feel like he's needed. God. For someone who types so frequently within my Discord, Varian is so bad at communicating. Yeah, I think he's good at communicating when he cares. He's focused right now on booming up. Look at these castles. 4 castles in the same spot. LSD and Varian only talking to you guys. We have a good corner for trade. Us 3 allies for now. No need for war when bigger elo outside of us. This is all true. Okay. Okay, Varian, here's the situation. Orange and blue are coming for you. I'm posturing to ally them, but I will betray. Will you fight back? Interesting. Now, I think if Varian were to respond or listen to anyone, it would be Crazy Walla. That has been something they discussed. And Varian says, of course, man. See that they're already blocking your trade access. Yeah, I mean, again, this is not a player who likes to go super late into games. He hasn't even added markets for trade yet. But we'll see. The trade has begun. That is how you get to the top 3 right there, is you trade up for the snipes, form some solid alliances. I think what's really good for Sally, beyond having Mongols, is the fact that I think Gray is going to be a little frightened of ever attacking him. If it was like Crazy Walla versus Sally, we would have already seen fights. Interesting, though, that Gray wants to speak to Varian. Now Varian's adding the markets. Okay. Can I trade with you also? 150 villagers for blue, 160 villagers for teal. Just lots and lots of trade. I'm going to switch it over to military, though. You can see the military counts top 3 anyways. And it is longbows in there. Relics coming in for Varian. That's always good for gold, too. He's going to have 2. It's not too bad. They will forward build you. Should trade up north if we attack Varian, says Orange. And I could be wrong, but I think he's maybe talking to Crazy Walla. What's the plan here for Slavs? If you're Slavs, you probably want to go Siege Onager with Halbs, maybe some Champs. That's the most exciting thing I could think of. Highest elo here is probably... I think it's close between Crazy Walla, Sally, and Varian. I don't know about Pete. I forget Azure Sentry. But we did lowest elo to highest elo with the Civ picks. A lot of people did pass up on the Mongols, it seems. You good, Sally? Anything I can help with? No, it seems like you're pretty good here, Gray. I'm scheming with purple to attack. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's very silent right now. No one wants to be the first one, you know? Obviously, Britain's very good at defensive play. But I think if it were to be siege and elephants, there's nothing out here from Varian that would allow him to stop that. Not Vietnamese elephants. Yellow, you good. And Sally's like, hey, can you sweet talk your way to purple side of the map? I doubt it. Now, what you can do is you can cut to the middle and you can waltz through. Like, that is very easy for people to do once they figure it out. And Gray's like, yeah, I'm not getting over there. That's really far from me. But thank you. Pete, into the castle he goes. Lots of purple trade running by this, which again tells me that purple wants to possibly kill Varian. Because he's not trading with Varian. And I think Varian, he's actually 200 pop, so he can't trade yet. But I think he wants to trade this way. He says a good start, 11. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not a good start. Maybe I missed something. What's up, Ward? Welcome. There's farms in the middle. I guess it's like expired farms, which is probably why I like the map so much. It looks really cool when you zoom out, doesn't it? That's really freaking cool. Just wait till you guys see, what's it called? Crosshairs. Also, again, shout out to Hizemi for helping get all these ready to go. Got Siege Ram ready to go when you are purple, says Sally. I don't even see a Siege Workshop from him. Oh, he does have them, okay. But he doesn't have Siege Ram. And now Teal says purple just to you. Who's going to be the first one to make a move here? Who is going to be the first person to make a move? Purple just to you. We need to push blue. He can wreck our trade. Okay, that is something that needs to be said. Corner position is way safer than middle position. So I think if you're a middle position player, you should be more aggressive. Because, like, blue... Okay, blue's got good score, but he also is right in the midst of trade. The problem is, do you really want to turn on this guy? Because he'll kill your what trade you have now. Like, I think this is the first... Crazy Walla's been ready to kill someone, and this is the first time someone tells him, hey, let's do X, Y, or Z. And so he's like, finally. Pete's going to go champ. I have no clue what Azure Sentry's doing, but his score certainly isn't going to help him here. And we could see this go down real quick for him. Doesn't he have like 160 vills? He's got 185 eco right now. He has no pop space for military. And he's definitely banking res because of it. Okay, so Sally says, hey, filling you in, blue. I'm with purple. About to attack Varian, so building up over there. Also, can we talk about the mini-map right now? What the... Gray! What are these castles, man? Holy cow. Well, Gray's not going to die anytime soon. Right. This map filled up really quick. Trading with teal and perp. No other alliance talk yet. Blue, if you only knew. What is that, like 8 castles? Still better than 75 bombard towers, that's for sure. That's good for his farming eco. I don't think he's going to be aggressive for now. I think he just wants to trade it up. He's bottom score too, so this is good for him to survive for a while. Copy over, says Sally. And did he mess up with his chat? Because Varian's like, what's that? And he says nothing. Oh, there are siege workshops here. And Varian is trading this way. Okay, I think Varian knows something's up. Look, he started to lead his vills so he can get pop space for military now. But now purple has said he's going to attack 2 people. He said he's going to attack blue, which I believe because he didn't give blue a heads up that teal wants to do that. He also said he's going to attack green. Sally, just to you. Now, I know you're probably busy. Varian says, yo, Cull, who are you allies to? Also, lots of safe defensive play with trade. Castles, galore, baby. Look how safe he's playing, too. He's got a villager in all these different buildings. Look, perp base. Sorry for not notifying sooner. Talking about, what's he talking about here? Is it possible that Sally tries to take purple here? Oh my god. Oh my god. He's going to go for purple. I don't think this is going to work. But, oh man, Crazy Walla expected it. Oh, jeez. Call it a bait. Call it what you want. But that is a really sneaky move there from Sally that just gets rejected. He was acting like he was going to go for Varian. And he was going to go in for Crazy Walla there. And thankfully for Crazy Walla, he noticed that. And of course, Varian noticed this as well, so he's going to take out the siege workshops. Okay, plans off. I repeat, plans off, got betrayed, report Sally. Now, if you think about it from Sally's perspective, he doesn't lose much here. He really doesn't lose much because he doesn't lose anything at his base. So it's low investment to possibly get a snipe, and it was close. It was a really good attempt there. I like that. I'm worried about my trade. Teal on you, question mark, says Blue. And I think he's talking to Sally, but I'm not completely sure. But it definitely solidifies our point of view that this will be purple and it will be green together. It also feels like red will not snipe Varian anytime soon because they're trading together. So this could be really good for the Britain and Vietnamese alliance. And I think really bad for Azure Sentry. Really, really, really bad. Now, Teal had told Purple that he was going to help with the sandwich here. But I think Sally wants to defend Blue. So I think Sally's going to have a conversation with Teal in a second and be like, yo, what are you doing? The king... Oh, God, he actually is moving the king here. And that king is maybe going to move to a safer castle. By the way, I'm aware that it's getting a little bit more choppy and laggy with Capture Age. That's not the stream or the recording itself. There is a way, there's two ways that we can kind of cut down on that. The first way is have a bunch of people get killed. That helps. That might happen here. The second way is I restart Capture Age. But I don't want to do that because we lose out on some of the data. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, I can just restart it, and it shouldn't be a big issue. See stockpiles, but I want to show you military now to show you who's serious about this. Take your problems elsewhere, says Blue. And then here goes Purple. He's counting on Teal here. But I think if Teal does this, he might have some problems with Orange. Orange might not appreciate this. Feels very weird for Teal to want to do this, actually. Because he's not even trading here. But maybe he just wants to kill somebody. Actually, you know what? We haven't had many kills. 1 second. That's a very good point. We have not had many kills. So, before the kills actually get crazy, I'll just restart it now. If it helps a little bit, then whatever. Sorry, bear with me. I actually opened the old version of Capture Age like an idiot. Because we've had like 1 or 2 engagements and that's it. Yeah, Malian Ram's not too exciting. Here we go. This should work. And obviously with these large-scale games, 20-year-old game, we're going to have some things to deal with here or there, but this will hopefully make it a little better. All right, so as we come back, it is Teal going after Blue. So we've got Elite Boyars here for Blue, plus we've got Champions. The Slav Champions are better than Malian Champions in these engagements. And Boyars should eat Champions. So the timing not right for Teal, because he still hasn't had any support here. And I think there's possibly time for Sally to hear about this and come help. I believe that will be the case. Sally says, oh crap. And I'm wondering, I bet you Sally's typing right now to Teal if I know him. Okay, so this is obviously horrible for Blue regardless because he's in the middle. It's a tough position for him to be in right now. Like, he's really nowhere to go. Also, I think really needs Siege Onager in these situations. Red says, Varian LSD is not replying to me. It seems like he's on his own. He's gearing up Tarkans. So, I don't know what's happening over there. I would guess that Yellow really is just worried about himself based on his start. But I know the push is coming in against Blue. And Blue, if you're going to run anywhere, run now and run to the middle with your king. And there he goes. He's running. He is going to survive this. But with what? Here you go. Okay, here's what I'll do. Snipe green. That will help you. Can you hold it? So Sally is offering some sort of relief from this. But I don't think sniping green helps you that much. I think maybe asking Teal to stop would help. Who knows if Teal would even listen. Also, how is he gonna snipe? How is he gonna snipe? Oh, it's a dream scenario for us Age of Empires fans. Guys, he cut the trees with the onager. So he's got 1 onager. He's got the manga die. It's all super speedy. And the king is safe now for Azure Sentry. So if he can hold, we know the Boyars are going to work against this. But this is the issue. He's going to lose everything else. So this is as fast as Sally can really move right now. He's being as fast as he can. I feel like he's missing drill. Shouldn't drill mean the siege is faster? Does he have a unit in there that's not affected by it? He's like, just save villagers. He wants to save Blue. Yellow, Gray just messaged me asking me to team up on you, but you're my ally, so we should kill him. That is a lie. That is a lie. Gray has done no such thing. I'm very curious in if Yellow responds. We know this push is working. We know this push will continue to have success. Blue is losing his entire base. This is what Varian can see. Okay, this is freaking epic, man. Also, I'm excited to see Mongols finally, because we didn't see Mongols in the first 2 games. This is crazy. Damn, how is everyone so good? Sally, as he's going for the snipe of his life, and that's saying something for Sally. Because I know, right, the skill levels are so close. I don't know how he multitasks like this. He chops the line of trees. Now, as for the king, it is right here. And, of course, the focus right now, if you're Varian, is going to be here. You're queuing up units, you're sending them forward, and you're microing. But hold on. He seems to have some military here. And he might have had a clue that this was coming, but he also could not be looking. I'm not really entirely sure. You attack, I'll follow. Yellow says, I'm not attacking with your units in my base. So he doesn't trust Kalinskink. But Sally had just researched treason to try and find the king. Varion's on the run. Varian is on the run, so he definitely knows that this is dangerous. Siege rams are very tough for Britons to deal with. And the king... Actually, you know what's so smart here? I'm not sure. No, he researched treason again, guys. He knows that the king is on the move. He researched treason again to get an idea that the king was over here. But he will not have success here. Varian does not die. He will probably lose a lot of his castles here. But still, well played there from Varian. Well played from Sally. As blue is also holding on still. Don't ask me how, but he's still holding on. That said, teal is still pushing in. It's still going to be like a 3v1. And purple says, I'm coming to help. In the end, though, I think Varian will actually deal with this himself. So let's take a look over as this will get dealt with. I think the castle will even stay up. Let's take a look over here. Oh my god! Holy, I wasn't expecting Elephantos. Guys, this army of 38 elephants has 24,000 HP. 24,000 HP. No wonder Yellow doesn't want to leave his base. I wouldn't want to snipe... Oh, he's surrounded by elephants. What a nightmare. I wouldn't want to snipe gray either, to be honest. Purple says, going back to blue, glad you're okay. Alright, how thoughtful. I like that, glad you're okay. It's very nice to see. Now, where did Varian go with his king? Okay, so he had run into Purple's base, and he knows that that could be a problem later, so he's going to bring his king over. And now Sally, I think, is going to talk to Teal about maybe changing his mind here. He says, hey, Teal, I'm sorry I haven't joined in so far, but tried to snipe Varian. I don't think Teal particularly cares about Varian's existence. Okay, Varian's safe. False alarm. I think he more so cares about purple. I don't deserve, I've let you down. Teal says 11 and happens. Kalinskink says Varian want to go for yellow, he seems weak. I think red has officially reached the point of I don't really care who I go after, I just want to kill someone right now. And Varian says, yeah, but I'm slow. Varian, you're not slow, you're just special, okay? It's... Oh, he's talking about Britons. True, yeah. Britons are definitely on the slower side. The thing is, it's really hard to kill Britons without Siege Ram. They're very good campy defensive civ, but they are a very slow civilization. Teal, of course, in the midst of battle here. Blue is just in survival mode. But guys, I think Azure Sentry is going to be the first one to go down. But I don't understand is his score right now. It's not like he's floating that many resources. I'll take a look. He's got 30 eco. He's at the limit with resources. So, I mean, that must just be the kills, as he's had a lot of kills here. But he is surviving, and he is holding on, and sometimes players will get complacent, and you can have a chance to come back. Oh, boy. Okay, the king is in here. But guys, Tarkans are not gonna do anything here. Oh god, yellow's gonna disappear. What was that quote? It's like in the campaigns about wiping someone off the face of the earth. Or no, I think I'm thinking of something else. Anyways. Elite War Elephants are one of the best units in the game. There's just not much you can do about this. And yellow didn't trust red earlier. Didn't really ask for support. And this is a problem. Sally, of course, tried to go for some really epic snipes here. But here comes Teal. And Sally's just passing, and he's not really helping blue at all. I think he's going for another snipe attempt, but I mean, you know, lend a hand here and just take out the Trebs maybe from teal. Of course, Sally doesn't want to anger the enemy, as here he comes. And he's going to try this against purple now, guys, for the second time. Meanwhile, yellow's king is in here. He's still making Tarkans and realizing Tar cannot kill elephants. His best move here would be to try and go for red. Let's see if the reaction comes in from Crazy Walla. We have seen a reaction. Keep in mind, Sally's going for really good players with these snipes. And so now Varian realizes this. So Varian is going to come and try and save his boy. And Varian's king, it still says is threatened. That's got to be some type of a bug. No, it's still not threatened. It's still fine. But the king is on the move now for Crazy Walla to his back castle. And Sally's just sinking gold in the treason. Sinking gold in the treason. Constantly trying to look for the king. Treason will show you that king's location temporarily. And Sally just got the kill. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. No way Sally just did that. So Sally went here for a kill on purple. And was like, I'm allied to blue, but I'm not sure. And, oh, blue said Sally kill. So Azure Sentry gives it up. 25 bucks goes to Sally here in Regicide Rumble. As Sally gets kill number 1. I think blue knew he was done and dusted there, so he just wanted to give it to someone he respected. I still would be a little annoyed, though, because like Sally didn't really try that much to help you. He did try indirectly, I guess, by killing others. Yellow's still alive, but barely. Yellow's king is now in Gray's base, so his best bet would be to take his Vils and go to Gray's base as well. But if I was Gray, I would be like, don't bring that here, please. That would be really bad. That king is out in the open right now, guys. It is possible. It is very possible that somehow this could happen. That king is out in the open. He's stuck. Because he left the castles because the rams were there. And these are Mongol rams. This is no joke. And Teal's going to go in. Teal's going to try and do this. No way. Sally makes it happen. Sally makes it happen. Crazy Walla's dead. Sally has 2 snipes now, one of which was a gift. The other one he very much earned. And Crazy Walla calls the GG. He had the fortifications. I think he knows this now, but he maybe should have just stayed at home. What a crazy snipe. And just dedication to it. From Sally, he tried so many times and failed. He went back for it. Red, though. I want to look at the overall KD here for a second. 300 kills and 95 deaths. Now, where does that put Varian, right? His buddy's dead. And hold on a second. This keeps glitching out. Capture rate keeps telling me it's threatened. It was Sally, you never know. Sally says, that's what I've wanted for ages, no pun intended. Yeah, I mean, this map was just perfect for Mongols. He was able to get the Civ. I'm surprised that Sally, of all players, got that Civ. It seems like the players preferred other Civs, and you've got Red now very much hunting for Yellow's king, who is in Gray's base. But again, if I'm Gray, I would not be happy to see this. You've got elephants here that have 320 HP. I think in total they can have 21 attack. And then here you've got 24 attack off 620 HP. So what will Red do? He says, peace, Gray. I mean you no harm. I think he's going to ask for Yellow's king. Gray says, if green turns on you, you can trade with me, which is a good little agreement, I guess, or arrangement. Sally says, what's he talking about here? Okay. I'm not sure what Sally's discussing right now, but I know how Sally wants to play this game, and we're going to see it again. We are gonna see it again. Yo, Deadbeat Dan, thanks for showing up, man. Nice to see you. Does he go for Varian again? The thing is, with Britons, which I would really never pick myself, you have to play this defensive. And I like the approach here. And then you've got to somehow get forward buildings, I think. Or you could go like this, like longbows and trebs, go out, try and snipe, and then if it doesn't work, you got to wait a while. Okay, Teal, I'll snipe again. If I fail, I'll join with army. Okay. Varian is currently allied with Teal. But Teal doesn't like his presence here. He says green, no. And so he now turns on Var. And Var also turns on Pete. Malian champions have 8 Pierce Armor, so they are pretty good against longbows. Longbows, though, do have 11 attack, so you'd think it'd be okay, but they still fire slow. It's all about range, and this will not work for Varian. Unless, of course, his goal is to distract himself from what would or could come. Again, if you are gray right now, there's 25 bucks on the line for that king. You either kill yellow's king yourself, or... Oh, it's in orange's base. Oh, you can't make it up. Oh, God. Yellow. You are the hot potato. No one wants it right now. You're destining whoever you're staying with to die. And we know red's capable, so... Ooh, jeez, dude. And gray's like, yellow, where is your king? And yellow's probably going to say it's Sally's base. And gray's going to be like, phew. Thank God. All right. Here we have it. Here he comes. Can Varian see everything right now? Okay, he could see a lot because he's allied with the people that have outposts and buildings there. Now, this is what will happen from Sally's position. He's going to look for flags, okay? He's going to assume it's not this one if he sees there's flames on it. And this isn't about killing the castles as much as it is killing the king. So he's going to take it one by one and hope for the best. He's saying snipe failed because he sees Varian has units here, and if I were Varian, I would permanently keep units here for the time being. But, I mean, if you're not going to get the king, maybe take out a castle, because the next time there's going to be one less castle. It's not too bad. Because he is too good. And Varian has played this very well. He's played it very well. It's a pain to be up against Mongols, but he's got the longbows, he's got the champs, and he can defend from this. I think what Varian needs is diplo. Like, he needs to have red, I think, or somebody who's going to work with him. So red is going to heal up these thick boys over here. I like that. How many vills does yellow have right now? Yellow's got 6 villagers. He's got 1 here, and he's got... Oh, he's rebooming over here. Perfect. Good old reboom, as we just see more rams. Varian says, I underestimated you, Teal. Whoa. Wanna be battle friends. What? Varian complimenting someone? And also asking for an alliance after he fought with them? Pete says, I underestimated me too. That's funny. That's my whole life right there. Sally loses all of his units. That must have been a misclick, which he now realizes. And he says FML. Teal says, what do you have in mind? Varian says, I'm barely holding on, to be honest, would love a bud. History is being made here. Entire personalities have been formed and then changed over the course of Regicide Rumbles. You okay, Varian? I might push gray. Okay, so red is buds with Varian. And Varian might be like, ooh, maybe I don't want Teal to be a friend anyhow. He says, then we go for Salty. He clearly meant Sally, because Salty would mean that he actually turns on... Sorry, I'm making too many Varian jokes. Only attacking green at the moment, says Sally. Okay, so let's talk about how this is going to play out. Gray needs to pick a side right now. And I think gray is just like, if I sit here long enough and I don't make people angry, that maybe I'll be fine. Look, he's got 165 eco. So... And he's got plenty of resources, too. But gray, like, if you're not fighting with someone, people are going to see you as against them. And you have to be a little more assertive in these types of situations. And he maybe is doing that. He says, red, don't attack me. Okay, I would say, like, hey, let's attack someone together, but... I won't, gray. Yeah, he has to wait... He has to wait to charge up. He needs to heal up 8,000 HP with 2 monks. Gray says, I have powerful allies. Don't You want him to be your ally. Don't threaten. And then he says, "Are we?" No, don't. You have to just like make Red feel like he belongs. That was a mistake, I think. Also, why is there trade running through the middle of the map? Gray, what the? Where is he trading to right now? Oh, I think he's trading down here. Something happened. I don't know what's going on. But I did not expect this much traffic through the middle, and I'm so happy about it. Gray says, "Who's your next target?" Red says, "No one for now. Who's your target?" Meanwhile, Sally says, "I'm ready, Teal." Also, Yellow's king is now in Teal's base. That king spent time in his own base, and then he retired to Gray's economy, and then Sally's economy, and now Teal's economy. This king is living it up, man. He's like, he doesn't have a home anymore, so he's just crashing on his buddy's couch. And he doesn't want to overstay his welcome, so every couple weeks he moves over to someone else's house. Until suddenly he shows up at the wrong house and he gets shot in the face by a longbow. Red, just to you, want to help us kill Varian. Did Varian see that? He said yes. But join you with the siege. That's a lot of siege rams. Oh my goodness. 27 siege rams? Sheesh. That's a lot of siege rams. Well, I mean, I think you just take castles out. Like, getting the king snipes obviously great, but against a player like Varian, I think you just go for the castle. Sally, careful, Red sees, and he is allies with Green. So, like, Sally's got bigger problems right now. He's going in for the castles, but he's going to take at least 3. Siege rams are the death of Britons, especially Mongol siege rams that are this speedy. Very hard for longbows to do much against that, so you need to go champions. Red, this is for Green, but we've been fighting for ages. Still trying to figure out the flow of this game. Feels like 1 or 2 more players need to die. And then, believe it or not, I think the most important player here is actually going to be Gray. We know where Teal stands. He doesn't particularly adore Varian. We know where all the players stand here right now. But Gray, I'm not so sure. I think Gray's going to go wherever the wind blows him. But then again, I guess he does have a little bit more respect and or comfort with Sally. See the overall military and the KD. Look at the value destroyed there. You can see just how many kills the players have had. I mean, poor Varian, they're talking about killing him, but he says, "Can't keep this up, need to kill Teal or Orange. Can you snipe?" And he's talking to Kalinskink now. This is, again, another false positive. His king is completely fine. So I guess I didn't think about the fact that Red and Green could coordinate. It's kind of like they're doing their own thing. He says, "I don't need help. I need them dead." Red says, "Gray, go away. Gray away to go for me. Lowy the legends to the top, baby, just buildings." Okay, we're figuring it out, figuring it out, figuring it out. Honestly, though, if they can take Varian out, there's so much space where he and purple are. It'd be so nice. Okay, I focus Teal then. Interesting. So here comes Teal. So I think Varian can see this, right? Because he's allied with purple for all that time. And Teal turns on purple now just so we can attack some of this stuff. Like, this game will not progress until someone dies. And for Gray right now, and Yellow especially, as he's trying to reboom, like, look at this. They are happy, absolutely happy, that the focus is not on them. Especially Gray, because I'll check his resources soon, but I think he's banking a ton. But I don't see a win condition for Varian. There's $50 that have been paid out or will be paid out. What if it instantly went into your bank account? Like, ching, right when you kill the king? That'd be sick. Maybe in a couple years. But, yeah, I mean, Sally's killed 2 kings. And Sally says so Varion's still not wanting to chat. And red turns on gray. And where are the elephants? Here are the elephants. And here are the trebs. And gray's like, ah! Red is attacking me. And Varion's like, I didn't see your chat. So there's possibility here that Sally feels like gray is a sinking ship and wants to team with Varion. There's a possibility. Obviously, Varion's been very distracted. And Sally says, hang on, I'll spam units, Gray. Okay, so Gray will be defended. Now, I'm excited to see how Khmer Scorpions perform here, because Scorpions are actually the best unit you can probably make in this situation with Khmer. And if Gray has enough of the upgrades, and I'm trying to look here. I feel like he's got double crossbow, which is a Khmer thing. I feel like he's also... I mean, I think he has all the upgrades. And if he does, I think we could see these elephants get slaughtered. There's only 10, though. If he had, like, 20 or 30, it'd be better. Yeah, say what you want about Sally, but he always has been loyal. He goes for a lot of snipes, but he tends to stick with who he says he will stick with. We have the Great Elephant Wars of 2022 here. It's messy, man. And Var won't go away. He will not go away, though I do think Sally will continue to fight against him. Okay, looking at the HP on these elephants. Obviously, they're still very strong, but I don't think red is a real confident push going here. Sally says, teal, red attacked gray, so I'll split my forces. So he's letting teal know he's not going to be able to help him. Which basically means teal's in trouble. That means that Varion will continue to survive here. And he will continue to fight, and he will not die anytime soon. Now, can he kill anyone? I'm not sure. But I do really like the play. Also, let's check resources real quick. Let's check that stockpile. Gray has 11,000 gold against the 4,000 from red. Gray also has 40,000 food. Sally somehow has 19,000 gold after fighting a lot this game, so Sally's still the king, I think, as far as that's concerned. But very nice hold here from red. I don't think red can do it alone. Looks like they've got a very weird trade route right now. I guess they weren't comfortable trading this way. They were trading with purple's markets maybe, and they were deleted by allies. Wonder who that ally might be. Either way, longbows champions clearing this up, or champions on the way. Could be decent, I guess, for teal. It's a 50-50 fight for now. We are 1 hour and 40 minutes in. It's $25 a king kill. Oh, wow. Okay, orange showed up, but is, like, allied with both. This is awkward. It's $150 for first, $100 for second, $50 for third. And yellow's back in it. He says, hey, friend, how's it going? And red says, hey, I misclicked. Can you imagine if yellow has redemption here and somehow gets a snipe? That would be so cool to see. I mean, yellow's got a lot of range units, so if he could just get the king out of the buildings, maybe it's possible. I also think he might want to consider bringing his king to his own base now. Because if teal starts to die, he might just take the free kill. Yellow says he's struggling, which makes sense because he doesn't really have a lot of map. If I were him, I would have tried to go down here. Okay. Suddenly, standalone elephants isn't looking too strong here. Also, thanks, Ward, for the resub, man. Thanks again, Nico, for the stars earlier. Sally isn't fighting red, though. What's he said? I'll try to get red for you. Oh my god. This is so cool, though. Is it not? This is so cool. These attempts he's going for. Now, I don't know if Sally will have any clue which building the king is in. He's allied with red. But it's really hard to know with how red has set up his buildings. Also, Varion update. Pushing back some of teal's buildings. Obviously, Britain's very hard to push, but very slow. And Varion has now turned on yellow, of all people. That might actually bring some attention to this little force. I think Varion is thinking that Sally's going for him again. And I think red sees this. And so we're going to have a big old mashup here. And Sally's like, abort, abort, abort. Varion, of course, thinks that this is coming for him because so many have come for him. think this is still going to be the most important area of the map. What happens here will be important. And so Sally, as much as he wants to go for the sneaky snipes, I think he has to turn on red now. I think he has to fight with gray. If I'm gray, I'd be really annoyed that that's not happening. I would want some support here. But still, he continues in on this push. Obviously, still has tons of units and decides, might as well go for Varian. Because he sees me. Sally, you have a lot of Mangudai running around. Yeah, here comes Gray. He's like, hey, you need to do something with that. And I think Sally never wants to feel like that guy who's just taking someone for a ride. He never wants to seem like that player. So I do think that he is going to end up changing his alliance to red because of that. Ooh, castle down. Should get another one if he clicks it. For now, Varian will kind of hold. Still crazy to me that with this many kills in this game, we have not seen more than 2 kings go down. Like, there's some crazy armies out here. But hey, Gray is pushing on his own. The scorpions and the elephants. If he could bring in rams too, or some trebs, this could be good. And what are Red's resources looking like right now? He's very low. So if I had to guess, I would say that the next 2 to go down would probably be Varian and Kalinskink. Great job from Gray, by the way. He was terrified of this. Of course, didn't wake up this morning knowing he would be in the game. We did the drawing here on the stream. He got in. And he's definitely executing. I'm going to see Varian maybe mix in skirms or something, because he doesn't have a lot of gold. I see the ranges now. And Kalinskink is basically realizing that he could be in trouble here. This could be a big problem for him. The only thing Gray's missing is the siege. It's a shame when someone has a push that it's convincing, and they don't have even 5 siege rams, because they just take out all those buildings, and it gives Red time to react. But I still don't think Red will have the gold. And then Varian might not have the gold, because this is where they're trading. Yellow's making skirms, man. He's doing what he can. His king's still in Teal's base. Teal now sending army over, and this is where slowly but surely Varian and Kalinskink go down. Guys, I think it... Honestly, if Crazy Walla was alive, the rest of this game goes so differently. But Sally sniping Crazy Walla has just left Varian and Kalinskink looking so alone, and they just struggled. Now, I also think picking Britons is weird, because I don't love the Civ pick. I'm loving some of the other Civ picks more. I think, you know, Britain's a good civilization on hideout maps. This looked similar to hideout, so maybe for that reason it was selected. But it is 4 versus 2, and if there was a third one in there, you never know what happened. And oh no, the longbows are long gone. And lots of trebs for Varian. I don't know what he can do with those. I genuinely don't know what he can do with those. He might lose all of his castles here. Zoom, 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 zoom. Will Varian allow his king to be sniped? Or is he going to give it up? And just delete it. He can delete it. If you delete it, no one kills it. So there's no payout for them. But he might also have that respect for his opponents. Gray's loving this. He says, my elephants are better than yours, lol. They're really not, but there are positives to it. You can produce out of stables instead of castles. It's the scorpions, though, that I think really helped. All right, Varian's king is inside of this castle. And that castle is definitely going to fall for him. We'll see. Nada's fault. I don't think Varian was complaining there. I think it's just an observation. There's instances where people complain, but him saying it's 4v2 is very much a situation. It's not like, man, it's 4v2. It's, oh, God. What am I supposed to do here? He does not see the king is there. Money up for grabs here. He's probably microing units and producing units to survive right now. It does look like he now has noticed as he runs away. If I were him, and I knew I was going to die, I might want to give the kill to Red. There is an elephant there, I guess. Now, Treason was just researched, and you'll notice an immediate move from Sally because he knows it's there. Treason tells you where the king position is, so he goes to camp next to the TC, and now you have this on the move, but not against Mangudai. It should not work against Mangudai. He's running. Red, kill my king. He's like, Red, kill my king. I need you to kill my king. He will not give the kill to the enemy, but can he make it? No, the trade card. Okay, can he make it? He's like, quick, turn on me. Kill my king. $25. He's on the run. The Mangadai are hitting him. Ah! Who's gonna get it? Red, turn on him. He's like, okay, he's in the castle now. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe until Gray gets here, and Gray is quickly approaching. Gray says you need to work on your diplo game, and I think he's saying that. He says you could be right. I think he's saying that to Red. And oh, there it goes. No! Sally with 3 snipes. Okay, so let me explain what happened there, okay? So, both Varian and Sally were allied with Red. And so, for that reason, Sally was able to hop inside of that castle. So he decided to hop inside of the castle with the king. Obviously, he can't shoot it while he's in there because, I don't know, they have to leave their arrows at the door or something. And so Varian was worried that when the units were ejected, that it would eject the king and his Mangadai, so he tried to just, like, bolt out of there before it became a problem. Varian, I totally understand the temptation to pick Britons because it looks like hideout. But I'm sure when the siege rams were rolling into your base, you had your regrets. And now you have Sally turning on Red. And it's weird, right? Because it's surprising to see that these guys have actually been allied. But they have been allied. And everything has worked really well for Sally. Now I'm wondering if these people are going to see the writing on the wall. Look at Red. He says, Sally attacked me. You next. This is what I mean. Who's going to have the guts to do it? Who is going to turn against Sally? I think it might even need to be coordinated. But Gray, this is your opportunity. Kaiba Corp. Crazy eco, crazy units. Sally says, this is not my game for snipes. What do you mean it's not your game for snipes? You absolute liar. You sniped every single king here. Not your game for snipes. That said, I mean, you haven't been successful initially, but now Red's on the move, and it looks like you're going to get him. I forgot Yellow was even here. As Teal says, Yellow, my friend, haven't heard much from you this game. And, of course, Red is going to take some losses here. His king will get away, though. He says, haha, yeah. Hey, mate. Sally says, I'll kill Red. Time to decide what's next. I just love how Kalinskin continues to call Sally salty. That's my favorite. He says, come get king kill. I'm sorry, but this is war. It is war. Kalinskin says he's lowest elo. I mean, he can hold on, I think, right? If he takes out the Rams, I think he can kind of hold on here. Well, Sally knows what he needs to do. He knows how important it is to get those kills. But does he know about this? Guys, I don't have a directory of people who have and have not played in community games. I only have my very poor and flawed memory. But I believe Gray has not played in many. I recall a time where he and LSD River were bottom score. I'm just curious and if he's going to have the guts to try it here. I think this is the perfect time. Especially if Teal wants to get involved. Teal's not really getting ready for it. Gray doesn't want to yet. He says, should we finish off Yellow? You could do that, and you get an easy kill. And Sally says, isn't he your friend? And he forgot to turn off caps lock. He says, that's kind of cruel, but beneficial to me, so yes. Sally's too honest, man. Too honest. Look at Yellow here. Just getting revenge on Red right now with skirmishers. I love it. I absolutely love the timeline. Revenge with skirmishers against elephants. It's working, but Teal's here too. Everyone seems to be working with Sally. It's like, we love Sally. Sally, Sally, Sally. Certain players, man, they just make it happen. Again, if Crazy Walla was alive, he was Varian's hope, and he was Kalinskik's hope. If they had that triple alliance going, after clearing out blue, it's a completely different scenario. The king is in here, by the way, if you're wondering. That's where Red's king is. And so they're all converging in on that. He actually doesn't have anything but the king in there, so he can't fire arrows at these units. Varyon's here to help from the dead. Varyon here to help. Way to go, Varyon. It is helping. Now, who gets the kill? Oh, Red's like, okay, I'm out of here. Okay, there's no range units except for the Scorpion. Just passing. Gray says yellow never spoke to me, to be honest. I believe that's a lie. I like how Gray has said a couple things that makes me feel like he wants to actually go for the W here. Teal finally makes the turn on Red. Red is having fun running around. It would be a great storyline if Yellow were to end up getting this. Look at Sally, though. Is he going to notice this? Red running away. Don't tell me Sally's going to get another king kill. Oh, Yellow's been turned on. Wait, and Yellow's dead. Yellow's dead. The king died here. Yellow's king was ejected from Teal. We said earlier that that would be an easy kill. Teal says, I'll take that. Thank you. So Yellow's out of the picture. After the reboom, he really needed to move. So Yellow out of the picture. Congratulations, Teal, for the snipe. Red still doesn't want to give it up. Gray obviously did most of the work to possibly get this snipe. And he will kill this king. So now we've got 3. And see the color on the snipes up here. You see who got the snipes. Obviously been a great game for Sally. If I'm Sally, he should tell Teal, because of Gray's score, they need to turn on him. Look, immediately. So we have one target now, right? And I think he had the chat setting wrong, so it didn't go to who he wanted to. Gray says, I don't have any gold left. He's got 7k gold. That's a lie. 22k gold, though, for Teal. 30k gold for Sally. And Teal says yes. So you see how proactive Sally is with that? He doesn't even give Teal a second to think about possibly going against him. Okay. Now, how's this work, though? I'm seeing Teal send units this way for some reason. Probably gather points from before, to be honest. That's tough to deal with. Okay. Orange says, my friend, by the way, I was letting on Teal, so... Wait, does that mean Sally's going to work with Gray to go kill Teal right now? I was letting on Gray. I could initiate a snipe again, maybe. So he just talked to Teal about sniping Gray, but he's now talking to Gray about sniping Teal. Teal says, you do what you want, my best friend. Oh, if you only knew. Gray says, to be honest, if I wasn't to attack Teal with you, I'd have to go through your base. And he's trying to say simple words, but it's Age of Empires 2 DE, so... Sorry, he can't say those words. We don't allow that. True, but we trust, so this is okay. He tried to say but? Did he really try and say B-U-T but? And it wouldn't... You know what? I'm not even surprised. Okay. So I think we're going to see like a weird runaround sneaky roo here. I'm looking for an orange moving blob. Yes, here we go. He said Doc. Yeah, Doc is a big one. Okay, you truest me. I trust you. Let's do this. I start preparing. You know what would be so epic? Is if he sends armies to snipe both at the same time. Like, look, Teal is Teal was showing up because he trusts him. And I guess Gray's going to do the same, but he's got to pull units from over here. Yep. Sally might not even know who he's going for yet. Also, you know how tough that would be to control 2 groups of Mangudai, Siege Onagers, and Rams and effectively snipe 2 people at the same time? Who both are going to see that. So, Gray, I'll do a fake out. Do not panic. I don't know who to believe, though. That's the thing. Sally would actually do this. Sure, it's a fake out. It kind of looks fake out worthy, though. I mean, that's a lot of Rams, but I don't know which army's the fake out. Oh, he says gray. I'll do a fake out. Okay. Teal was showing up here with some stuff, though. God, you know what I wish was happening? Okay, Teal just turned on gray. God, they've taken the bait. It would be so good if Teal and Gray let Sally believe that he could fiddle with them like this, and then they all turned on Sally. That would have been the epic finish. But Sally's just, he does this all the time, man. He's so good with diplo. Like, he knew the hotkeys he talked about earlier. Here's the thing. Once he enemies you, get treason, then I'll snipe. So he just told... Guys, he just told Gray a plan, and now he's going to Teal, and he says, hey, Teal, here's the plan. You attack, he enemies, get treason, I snipe. He's getting information from both of them so he can backstab both of them. And Pete's like, hey, he's going to signal it right now. He's like, hey, it's right there. So he already got the information from Pete. And so he's going to use that information. Now, I guess if he's lucky, Gray's not going to realize the situation here. And so Gray is also going to ping, which I haven't seen yet. Okay, he says Teal, treason, research. Okay, Teal already did, but he's going to ask again because it's been a second. Gray should notice this now. Yeah, this should be... Orange has already made his decision. And Gray, good job for Gray to notice this and actually turn. Because I think he can hold on. For the time being, I think he can hold on. And he says, Gray, get treason. Wait, does he... Trust me, I'll snipe. This is Sally realizing that that was a really bad plan, and he's falling back. And now Gray is research treason. Even though he's still enemied, which is funny. And he signals it now. Can that signal be seen, though? I'm really confused. Okay. God, if only they would team on Sally. At what point do they realize this is getting funky? Okay, after treason was heard, the king has been relocated. No, we maybe spotted this. What a play from Teal to relocate his king. So now Gray has almost been sniped by Sally. Oh, God. Oh, no. Uh-oh. 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 The king... Wait, did I see it move? It didn't move. Will there be Mangadai remaining when this king ejects? He's trying to get on this side of it. Oh, he got it! He got it! Dang, man. I mean, this is why I've been talking about Mongols, too. Mongols are so good. Sally's a beast, too. Don't get me wrong. Teal calls the GG. Teal pockets 50 bucks, plus the 25 from the King Snipe earlier against Yellow, so not a bad day. And Sally says, see, all about trust, dude. And Gray says yes as he turns on Sally. Let's go, Gray. They're going to duel now, duke it out for the finish. I think it's going to be tough for both of them to finish it. If Gray can bring a siege, though, I'm honestly thinking Gray could do this. Looking at their resource stockpiles, there is a lot more gold for Sally, but there's still plenty of gold for Gray. Obviously, I think siege onagers is going to be the biggest thing that you don't have if you're Khmer, and you're seeing the difference already. Guys, Sally won 2 years ago in Regicide Rumble 3. He's in Legend videos for a reason. Teal says, I'd say I'm shocked, but I did have 30 petards ready to go. I think, like, I guess they didn't sense they were both being, not being used, but they were both being talked to like that by Sally. It would have been so great if the whole time they're like, okay, Sally, that seems like a good move. Okay, yup, I hear you, yup. And then they both just, like, converge on him. Sally has 4 snipes. I think he had 5 in Regicide Rumble 3. Also, he's dropping a Wonder, which you can win with as well. Seems like a bit of a flex, but it's a 1v1 now, so he figures why not? He'll bring his king back over here next to the Wonder. Obviously, Teal not an issue on that side. How does Sally keep getting away with being treacherous, yet have a good reputation, yet Blue Coffee has an evil one for doing the exact same thing? Because it's not the exact same thing. Because Sally is fairly loyal and works with people for a time, until the writing's on the wall. I mean, I haven't honestly seen the Blue Coffee uploads in a while. I think Blue Coffee's a little eviler in how he does some of it. So I mean, there's a couple players, and I think, like, I thought with Sally it should have reached this point a year ago where people just don't trust him anymore, and people were like, realize, yeah, he'll be an ally to the last 2 or 3. Blue Coffee will like see an opportunity to ruin your day, and he'll do it, and he'll laugh about it. Oh, Sally's got the videos up there, that's for sure. Maybe not as many, but he's up there. Sally has reached a point where he is a legend of community games, but there's no Legend of Sally. Because typically the legend videos happen like that first time they play, you know? Man, Kaiba Corp, he's like, what are you talking? Why aren't you talking about me right here? Kaiba Corp pushing it back. Pretty convincingly here. He's using the elephants. He'll take out the siege onagers there. It's a shame that he lost some trebs, but he's got more. And so you go to the military stats. There's definitely more on the field right now from Sally. But if he loses his castles, he won't be able to make Mangadai. He does not have that many castles here, guys. Khmer. Beastly. Very tough to stop. See, though, that ball of siege onagers is massing. It's good micro there. I'm so sorry about the stutters, but I think Gray will at least be satisfied with the fact that the castle goes down. He won't be happy to see how many Mangadai I have out of it, but still. All right. Now, can Gray keep up the queue? Gray's resources right now. He's not floating as much gold, that's for sure. I'll look at the overall stockpile. He's at 400 golds. That is a problem. So Gray says, has no one told you? Sally says, what? No one told me? No one told me what? Using Mangadai and Onager is cheating. Yeah, I don't think anyone has told him that. He agrees, though, that it is cheating, so... And Sally, I can't argue, like... You know, you see dominant players in community games. I can't argue against a player doing well that is so adventurous with King Snipes. Tried like 6 different times and failed in this game and still ended up getting 4. And was doing diplo chat. Like, the multitasking is just unreal. Gray says only elephants is allowed. Well, the thing is, Gray, if you can just afford more of them, it is kind of working. The whole elephant treb thing has been able to push his back. So if he continues to push, and especially if he could get trade, I think that would be the key, is if he could somehow have trade, then he's all right. Yeah, you see maybe a miss micro here from Sally as he comes in with more siege onagers. He's going to lose those. But still, the KD for the Mangadai has got to be beautiful here. Again, the military stats for you there. Very even on kills, actually. Sally with even more deaths. My favorite stat added here, though, is the value destroyed. Look at the value destroyed stats. That's something we've never seen before, I don't think, anyways. 150,000 value destroyed versus 120,000 value destroyed. And what that is every army has value associated with it. Oh, Gray attacked that castle there. And so, you know, you take out an elephant, there's a certain value associated with that based on the resources. Yeah, I agree. Switching into heavy scorpions would have been a good move for Sally. That would be a really good move. Maybe a little less so now that you're seeing the Hussar, but I think once he takes care of this the elephants, he'll realize we're seeing Hussar, so I think you should be fine from there. Gray, though. Didn't Gray have a ton of food? Gray had, like... Okay, 30,000 food. I mean, that's no joke. He just has no gold income. So Sally could legitimately just camp and win with the Wonder at this point if he can't get a push going. He is actually producing from his buildings on the other side, which is kind of funny. He's got his gather point set back home, so it's definitely not perfect play. My cat outside the door is like, stop working, Dad. Give me attention. Wow, castles from Gray? I mean, he means serious business here, doesn't he? That will stop Sally from being able to push, but Sally is 8% away from completing the Wonder. And then we'll be a couple hundred years away from winning with that wonder. There's still gold in Sally's base. There is still gold in Sally's base. Also, it's 800 gold. I was wondering if there's gold down here. Doesn't look like it. How does he still have gold in his base? Did he not see it? He's making an outpost right next to it, which is kind of funny. I guess he's worried that there might be a little side attack that comes in from over there. He does actually have these rams he could bring into play if he needs them. But that's 800 gold. That would help, but he's obviously stockpiling quite a bit of it right now with 18,000 gold still in the bank. There's an even bigger pile in his base. Oh my god, you're right. Jeez. Has Sally refreshed his lumber camps? First off, let's look at his resources as a whole. I mean, he really does need wood, actually. That's an interesting point. It wouldn't surprise me if he's buying wood here pretty soon. Let's see if we can add that. Yeah, see, bought wood. Very low on wood. Happens to everyone, guys. It's normal, all right? It's normal. Yeah, sending more villagers to wood. So that's fine. That's good. That'll help solve the problem. I mean, he has the gold to buy it and still be okay. And he could win with that wonder. It actually feels likely that with Gray having still 11,000 food, that we are simply just going to have to wait until Gray runs out of res. Like, Gray is going to have to work through that 11,000 food. And he's got 33 farmers, too. And once he works through that, I think at that point, as Sally remembers the Rams are over here, then he might end up giving it up after losing the castles and everything else. Because he's got the spam going. He's got a lot of buildings. He did a great job with that. Great job with defense. He might still just defend for a long time, but he's got to run out of res first. Now, here's the play. If Gray would have realized that Sally was going to snipe Teal, which, if you remember, Sally told him he would, you drop a wonder in your base. Like, if he would have dropped the wonder behind all these castles immediately when Sally was going for the snipe, he beats him to the wonder and can get first place. And I'm telling you guys, this is community game day, so there's some things we can say and say, okay, this could have been tweaked, this could have been tweaked, this could have been tweaked. However, tomorrow and Sunday, when we have mostly high-level players, 90% of players being top couple hundred in the world, 2K plus, many top teners, that's where that type of thinking is going to have to creep into play, and probably will. I believe we will have a very crazy wonder victory at a sneaky moment in the game, either tomorrow or on Sunday. Thank you, Lynn, by the way. Thank you. I'm so sorry I missed that. Thank you for the stars. Varian says, T90, I'm watching the VOD. I've won like 5 commie games. I forgot this platform lets people chat while they rewind. No. Well, he can't wait. If he's watching the VOD and he's still in chat, he can't actually hear what I'm saying now, so we're good. We're good. This is such a sick fight. These guys both appreciate it. I forget what I said about Varian, but I remember there was a few too many. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit or low-bearing fruit or whatever, and I wanted to make jokes. My Facebook APM is off the charts. What? You're also listening to... Do you have 2 tabs? You cheater. You cheater. He's watching... He's got 1 tab up, which with local time, live time, and he's got the same tab up, but he's rolling back in the video. Gray says, okay, I'm done 11, no food or gold. Yeah, like I said, he's down to low food counts. He hasn't had gold. Let's see what Gray does with that king. He could just resign here, but he also could gift Sally 25 bucks. Sally, man, it just feels like he's so at home in these settings. Sally has 125 military. He says, you go through 100k food quick. Yeah, I can't wait to look for the stats at the end to see how many resources were brought in. 5 tabs open. I mean, Sally might as well have like 6 tabs open with all this diplo and all this crazy play. This is an amazing game from Sally. And we went into this, like, do you remember the conversation from Varian and Crazy Walla? They knew that. Those were the 2. I brought 4 people into this game. We had Azure Sentry, we had Varian, Sally, Kalinskink, sorry, Crazy Wallow was actually not rigged. He was selected from the bot. But yeah, anyways, like, players knew that. They talked about it. And then Crazy Wallow went down, and I think that's where Varian really started to struggle. Kalinskink, of course, ended up going down eventually, too. Kalinskink and Varian just didn't trade as much as they needed to have... to last long in this game, I think. Gray said he was done. He's still spamming Hussars like crazy. Drops a castle on the front, too. Let's look back at his resources here. So he's got 31 farmers. And 31 farmers with Khmer isn't bad. But, I mean... there's no way he can push, right? Like this, in 237 years now, this wonder, which is a very tiny wonder, by the way, this wonder will give Sally victory. So if he doesn't feel like the situation's changing, he might not feel like it's worth pushing. He does have good military count constantly, though. 100 military. Gray doesn't have guilds, even. I'm not sure if it changes too much, though, right? At the end of the day... Actually, do Khmer get guilds? I don't know if Khmer get guilds. But obviously, if you're trying to sell resources, you would want guilds. Gray played really well. Missing out on guilds is not something he'll be too upset about. But Gray doesn't want to call it yet, because his overall population must be pretty high with 100 military out there. God, Capture Age is just like... I don't want to... We're so close to the edge of the game. So I don't want to restart it here, but it's definitely starting to... As the kills rack up, it's starting to get a little crazy. Sally's res situation is actually on your screen. Oh, no, it's not. Excuse me. Should be here now. He's got enough wood, enough food, and enough gold to last. He's got 7,000 gold. The other thing is he just doesn't lose Manga Die. So, yeah, I think what Gray needs to try and do is maybe try and take out the king by taking out that castle, but that's just not going to happen. Not to mention, Sally's still mining gold, which he saved for later, Ace of Emerald style. I guess in theory, Gray could, like, raid the wood line. You raid the wood line, then he doesn't have wood, but that should all be sorted out. If someone is dead and the enemy with the king goes near the enemy, the dead base's castle and gets killed, does the dead get $25? 11. If you kill a king in pretty much any circumstance except killing your own, you get the cash. Yes. So, like, if Gray were to send his king into, like, past this, if he were to send it past yellow skirmishers, yellow would get the cash. Yes. The problem is some people might be allied to Gray, so they might not actually be able to attack. But in the case of Gray, there's a lot of people out there he could actually give kills to if he wanted to. What's up, Bobby Stevens? Welcome, man. Bobby, I can't see your full paragraph, man, but welcome. Glad you could make it. You can be Bobby from now on. That's perfect. A lot of people use their account and then they create a page if you want to, but thanks for showing up. Hey, Gray says, shall we wait for the countdown? I would love to vote for no. I would love to vote for no. This day went longer than I expected it to today. I think Gray's slowly starting to realize that it's going to be second place. And for Gray, that's not too bad. But Sally is not going to lose the Wonder. Sally is not going to lose the King. And Gray says, yeah, I think you should call it. I'm not so sure about that one, buddy. The sad thing is, if Gray would have 60 farms, which he could easily seed, I think he only has 33 vills, and those 33 vills are on farms. But this would be even more of a stalemate if he had more than 30-some farms. And yeah, he calls the GG. He actually did not gift the kill to Sally, so Sally, well, I think he beat 5 players in this game. He does not get the final snipe there, and Kaiba gives him the less than 3. Sally is a beast at community games. This was a really fun one to watch. Again, he was so insistent upon snipes. Getting Crazy Walla changed the game. And then, you know, he ended up making that little backstab against Teal, which worked out well. And he had some clutch snipes. He had some amazing snipes in this game. Long games today, which makes me feel better about the fact that I scheduled 2.5 hours in between Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3. I don't know if tomorrow is going to be longer or if tomorrow is going to be shorter, but money on the line now, naturally, players are going to take the games a little bit more seriously. But congratulations to Sally. That's $25 per king snipe. So that is $100 for the snipes and $150 for winning. So $250 to Sally. Of course, you're then going to have cash that goes out to Gray. Gray got one snipe there on red. Good little revenge business. I like it. 125 there, and just lots of prize pool to spread around here. As we have an amazing game. I really liked crop circles. I think it baited some people into picking some of the slower civs. Like we talked about it with Varian. Britain's very good on maps like Hideout, but when you see Mongols running around, you see all these fast, tanky elephants, you look at Britons, it doesn't excite you too much. Great game, everyone. Eventually, for people on YouTube, you're going to see them. So I don't know if telling you the day really helps. But guys, tomorrow we have a crazy, crazy, crazy schedule. Let's actually just look at this, actually. I should sum this up, excuse me. There's the overall KD, Sally with 1,800 kills. That's not even tracking all of it, actually. I should look here. They're still chatting. I think this stat is going to be more accurate. 1,800 kills for Sally. Second place was actually Varian. Oh, no, excuse me. He was fourth place. I can't see things. Good job from Gray. Economically, though, as always comes down to trade. Get those allies, get those corners, trade. While Sally took a lot of losses early with those sniping attempts that didn't work out, there was always gold. There's always opportunities to make more. Man, that food count was crazy for Gray. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I feel like most of my legends, they come out and it's like brand new and we haven't heard of them before. And this one here is more unique because Sally entered the scene about 2017, 2018 as part of my community. But even though Sally was in that amazing game of the Legends of Texas, I felt like this was so good, and he's so good with these settings, that he deserved the Legend of Sally. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you agree with me that he is a beast at Diplo. And we'll see if people can trust him next time, because he's too damn nice. How can you not trust someone who's that nice? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.